Okay, so we're back. I'm gonna go ahead out on a limb and assume that the save function worked properly. That said, I'm not sure it did. I think I might have lost a quarter of a day or so. But let me double check. The bee boxes should have gotten up just fine. They are. Though obviously it's gonna take ungodly forever for them to really come up. Oh, all of the honey meats that I made apparently didn't register. And I still have 5 honeys and only 1 crock pot. So yep, it looks like it failed to save the last day worth of activities that I did. No matter. Oh wow, they didn't even get the part where I lit these trees on fire and made wood. Okay. Yeah, y'all didn't see it, but there was a glitch that happened with my Steam instead of saving and quitting properly. Apparently my computer doesn't like when I record audio, video from multiple tracks simultaneously. Oh well. To hell with my computer. Anyway, since you all know what I'm about to do, I'm just going to go ahead and redo pretty much exactly what I did before, except this time I'm not going to make the mistake of lighting all the trees on fire. We're going to remove some of these stumps, then we're going to light the far ones on fire, but not the near ones. The near ones we're just going to hit with an axe, and in this manner we'll get our wood supply back up to where it needs to be. Then we're going to go ahead and do the double, triple crock pot creation thingy. So, objectives at this point. And this is one thing I really like about this game. There is always a sense of pressure, time pressure. There's always a subjective feeling that you need to keep doing stuff because you're running out of time. Even though, objectively speaking, you have a hell of a lot of time to do this stuff in. Oh, let's fire up the crock pot before I forget. Oh, I've already got everything in there except my second rabbit meat. Let's do that. Drop the trap. Refresh the trap. Sack the rabbit. Yeah. There's always a subjective feeling that you need to keep working, keep building, keep digging, keep finding immediately. And then there's the objective reality that you do need more resources. Everything you have is perishable. Your clothes will break, your tools will break, your food will rot, the constant pressure of harder and harder situations to survive keeps motivating you to do more and more, at least for a while. For example, right now I'm working under the presence of mind that winter is coming in the next week or so, and I need to get ready for winter. And yeah, sure, I have time, but that time needs to be spent getting ready, otherwise winter will come and what if I'm not ready? And then Jones would come back, and Animal Farm would surely perish. Yeah. Finish up this. Oh yeah, and I got my health back to nearly full, if I recall correctly, last time, off of honey meats, so let's do that again. Ooh, what can I invent that I haven't made yet? Nothing that I have the resources for currently. Okay, let's reset the rabbit traps. I have a pair of rabbits and a honey that should be enough for a crock pot. Actually, here's what we're gonna do. Drop a honey in. We got some monster meat. Yeah, so we'll drop... Oh, this is what I did last time. Good. And I should have enough for a new crock pot pretty soon. Yeah, just make some cut stone. And now I can have a second crock pot. I'm in no rush to get that third one. 2 is fine for now. Split the stack. Honey. I'll go ahead and plant all the grass. That's mostly what I had achieved last time. Okay, so we should be about back to where we were before, which is good. Despite the fact that apparently it glitched out my save game. Right. Nom 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 nom. Honey ham. Health is good. Sack the rabbit. Get a honey in there. It's about to get actually dark. Ooh. Let's grab the rabbit before that happens. And let's not worry about replacing the trap. I'm kind of a little bit of a rush here. Really get some oil on that fire. And sack the rabbit. 2 of those. All I need is a vegetable to pad it out. I'm way too far in the dark. There we go. Back. Where did I leave that? Oh. Okay, we're gonna need more light if I'm gonna maneuver here. Do I have a torch? I do. Good. Cook that, and that should make some honey nuggets. And we'll roast the seeds on the fire. Eat that. I don't need the torch. I can just hang on to this. We'll switch to the torch at the very last moment. It's a testament to how safe I feel in the middle of early game summer that I'm willing to let the fire burn that low. Okay. And here we are, about the time we left off last game, about as much done. Let's harvest this. How many webs do I have? Like 9? Okay, that's a fair number. I am now maxed out for health, and food, which is good. What else needs making? A bird trap? I don't really need birds yet. Fishing rod? I could potentially go fishing. That's not a bad idea. Pitchfork? I don't actually know the purpose of. I mean, I've played whole games where I've never even built one, so meh. Oh yeah, if I didn't replant the forest, that was an oversight, so let's replant the forest that I just chopped down. Eventually I'm going to want another crock pot, but that's not urgent at all. Okay, so now we have the ability to heal up, the ability to generate food thanks to the rabbits, and a fair number of rabbit traps, and a rich supply of those rabbits. Rabbits are going to be functional even throughout the winter. That is to say that while many things stop growing, rabbits will continue to be... I think they'll become snow rabbits, but they'll still be there. Get that spear up. Okay, you know what? Let's actually ditch this spear. It has low power left, or it's prone to breaking, and get out my full power spear. Next goal. Let's see what it should be. We want more spiders to harvest. There's the one spider here. We want to explore more of the world. I think this area might be a good one to explore a little bit further, or we can go up to the minefield, or the mining area again. Either way would work fine with me. I definitely want more webs, because the thing I would like to have set up by the time winter rolls around is tents and lots of them, and at this point I don't have that at all. Okay, covered that. So we can murder this rabbit real quick and throw him in the crock pot. There's a good chance this will rot before I get back, but you never know. Actually, you know what? Let's make sure. Let's go ahead, grab some more rabbits. There's really no harm in just throwing a few more traps and a few more traps around here just to make sure that I've got the best rabbit supply I can. I'm going to harvest all the berry bushes. There's a good chance that they won't regenerate before winter, but my hope is that they will. So this will be the maximum yield. They don't grow in the winter, but they can still be stored and eaten on the bushes. Stack O10 is good. Let's throw this on the drying rack and grab a jerky from my pocket, and off we go. So yes, we can explore the southern border here, or we can go this way, which is more my interest. We can go south to the beefalo herds, but I'm going to save that for more of a wintry activity when I'm kind of restricted to this area in the first place. We can head north. Let's do that. Let's head north. And our overriding goal will be spider webs. I have at least half my item slots free, which is good. Ooh! The pigs have already managed to kill off a series of spiders and left a bunch of webs for me. Definitely want my armor on for this. Okay. Got another couple webs and a large quantity of monster meat. Let's go ahead and reset the trap for whatever should come next. Slaughter any rabbits dumb enough to be caught in the traps, and off we go. Alrighty, let's see here. This near wormhole takes us where again? I think it takes us here, actually, right? So if this wormhole takes us there, this is a great wormhole for me to use when going out exploring. What the hell is this? I don't think I've ever seen this before. I don't think I've ever seen these before. I don't know what this enemy is. It looks like eyes. It did deal reasonably high damage. I'm gonna eat my jerky now for the sake of recovery. And, I don't know, do I dare approach it? It's blocking one of the most tactically useful teleports in the game, so I am more than a little concerned about that. But it does seem to be going down fairly quickly to single attacks. I just made the assumption that whatever was in the middle was the really dangerous part. Stale, leafy meat, as well as a fleshy bulb. Again, I don't know what that thing is. I've never seen it before. This is a kind of scenario where I would normally just... ooh, rot. Kind of scenario where I would normally just check the wiki, but again, when I first played the game, I tried to do it without the wiki, and I managed for the most part, so... kind of holding that. Ooh, interesting. An abandoned farm and the metal potato thingy, which is one of the 5 MacGuffins, or thingies, in the game. We're gonna drop the stale leafy meat, which will most likely rot before I get any practical use out of it. And actually go to town on just digging this stuff up so I can get it to a useful place later on. Bird feathers aren't that valuable to me. I don't actually use them for anything. I know they're useful for certain ranged weapons. They can be harvested off of birds. You can build a bird cage to catch them, so it's not a rare resource exactly. So I don't really care. What would be nice is if I had a hammer, I could break these farms for their parts and carry it back with me. Don't actually know what goes into a farm, but wouldn't mind having the part. Actually, what does the hammer cost? Just a couple ropes? Alright, we're gonna throw up a science machine here real quick, just so that I can build the hammer. This is something you can do when you have 7 extra gold pieces lying around. Just make extra science machines for the sake of convenience. Throw in a couple ropes. And that's not here, it's under tools. Hammer. Hammers are used to break pre-existing structures, such as your own farms or farms you should come across. And yes, it usually gives you back a third of whatever it costed to construct it, including things that make no sense, like hitting a constructed farm to get its manure out. Let's go ahead and set up a campfire nearby, and then get back to work hammering the farms. But yeah, 3 stacks of manure and a bunch of stacks of nice woods and all. Hey, I'm not going to say no to that. Okay, how am I going to add heat to this fire? Charcoal. That's good. Do I have that shovel of mine? Yeah. 1 sapling should max out the fire for the whole night. Oh, but, you know, be sure not to put it too close to your actual stuff or it burns that up too. I would cook the meat, but frankly my hunger status is near perfect, so let's just get my hammer out again and get to work on the rest of these farms. Again, it's not that I couldn't use the farms out here or anything, I sure could have, but when am I going to come back and check for crops, you know? I'd rather just make a few extra farms back at my hometown. Or home base. Cook that. And off we go. Further north. Cleared out whatever was by the wormhole. My health is getting back towards where it needs to be perfect, which is good. Walk to the Walrus Camp. Okay, I haven't actually dealt too much with Walrus Camps. What I do know about them is that walruses, are not very active during the summer, but are incredibly active during the winter. And they're very hostile on approach, with particularly powerful weapons. I don't much care for them, suffice it to say. Okay, we're far enough in now that I don't know what to do. I could definitely take that wormhole, but I'm going to finish actually moving north first, and then I'll get it on my way back. Suffice it to say, this map has a very... Normally I'm used to having 3 or 4 wormholes total per map. Either this map has a lot of them, or I just come across all of them quickly. There's an ordinary pig. I'm going to give him some food. Generally, if you give them meat, they will follow you around. And be your allies until they stop caring about the meat you gave them ages ago. If you give them other non-meaty foods, they will crap right away, but they will still be happy you give them food. They won't follow you, however. Okay, here we go. That's a tier 3 spider nest. We are going to try to destroy this spider nest and hope that it gives us a spider egg drop. I have an allied pig who should help me with the fight. Even if just by taking a lot of damage and dying eventually. You'll notice that they have attacked him a lot, but they haven't touched me. That was kind of the plan. Okay, this was not the plan. I don't want to attack 2 spider dens simultaneously. Backpack's there, I'll come back for it eventually. Hey, if you're dumb enough to follow it back, I won't wallop you. And the reason I had to drop the backpack is because you can't wear a backpack and armor at the same time. And when I anticipate getting hit, armor is just way more valuable. Come on, you know you want to kill me. Gotcha, girly. Man, how are they aware of this from so far away? Okay, I've got a lot of valuable stuff here, so I gotta come back, but I also don't want to get this much aggro, so I'm going to keep moving until I drop aggro. There are at least 3 spider dens that I've seen in this area. Also, that pig who was with me is probably dead. Yeah, I know, it's not nice to let him die, yada yada, should cry a little bit. Honestly, he was kind of a moron to run smack dab into another spider nest and not back off. Also, pigs respawn, so there's no, like, permanent death of that pig from what I did. And of course, now that this nest has been emptied of spiders, it is a tier 3, so I guess it respawned a lot faster than it should have. Or than I thought it would, but whatever. That was just one more. Come on, wow, it takes a lot of damage. Alright, there it is, that's the spider eggs. I can use this to replant a spider nest closer to my home base, and then I will have 2 spider bases in nice, easy, farmable distance. Where's the pig who lives here? If he's nearby, I can use him for my next attack. Hopefully he didn't see what happened to the other pig I was with. Nah, I'm just kidding. They don't actually pay that much attention. I'm going to use the spider gland just to heal up. I keep calling it spider bladder because I think it's funny. It's actually a spider gland, so, you know. Now you know. Knowing's half the battle. G.I. Joe. Okay, hopefully the 14% power on this axe will break when I'm done with the tree. No, it broke before I was done with the tree. Oh well, forget putting up another... No, my wood is low. I should definitely be carrying... I should actually probably make a golden axe. I'm used to gold being a limited commodity, but with the luxury of having a pig king on the map who gives me gold in exchange for good meat, yeah, it's kind of easy to get a lot of gold, actually. Okay, the spiders are out at night. I am deep within the dark forest. This is not a happy place to be. I'm just going to get out of here. I have 21 spider nets. That's a lot, actually. I am taking my backpack out with me. I found the metal potato thingy. This has been a very successful exploration. let's get back towards civilization as we know it. And we're gonna have to ditch something. I say we ditch the last remaining honey stack and just eat it. It's not worth hanging on to, and I have plenty of new honey waiting for me at home to cook in the bee boxes. Just to make sure, like, you can see the edges of this and presume that this is going to be a cul-de-sac. So I'm not actually going to explore here anymore. If I ever need to come back to get some more tier 3 spider dens for their eggs, I know where to go. You know what I should do? Yeah, you know what I will do? I'm going to set up, since it's super dark here anyway, I'm going to set up a campfire in the middle of this forest and then just chop trees all night. Get started by chopping trees first, actually, and then use the shovel to get rid of the stump, and without that, might have room for the campfire that I want. Yep, I do. Okay, now I can see, and give me my goddamn axe again. Thank you. I don't want to keep picking up every pine cone, so I want to free up a second item slot so that doesn't happen again. This fleshy bulb is a item that I've off of an enemy that I've never seen before, so I don't want to throw it away just in case it's valuable. I guess the torch will have to go. I can clearly make another torch very easily. Okay, you know what? Just drop it. There you go. Good boy. And we'll just continue cutting trees all night. Hopefully I can have 2 full stacks of wood by the time I return to my base. Again, wood is not a valuable commodity. It's just a commodity that requires you to keep up because it's used in a lot of things, much like grass and saplings. Oh shit. I dropped my 1 sapling and no! It made the fire too big. Well, this sucks. You know how I wanted wood? See how this is a huge forest with plenty of saplings? I just lit it all on fire. And now I'm standing in the middle of ground zero, just looking like an idiot. Well, I guess I'm going to be getting a lot of charcoal. Also should probably make a point of making sure I grab some acorns out of this. Or rather put some acorns back up so that I can regenerate the forest that I have so horrifically deforested. Thank God there's no spirit of the forest or kind of nice guru guy in this game who gets mad at you for burning it all down. I tell you, if there were elves, I would not be a happy camper right now. Forget me, they wouldn't be a happy camper. Anyway, I wanted a full stack of wood. It looks like what I'm going to be getting is a full stack of charcoal, and that's going to have to do for now. Actually, where the hell is that pig? Pigs can help you chop down trees. Like, if they see you're chopping trees and they're allied, they will chop trees as well, so it goes twice as fast. Nah, it looks like at this point I'm just gonna manual it. I'm almost at 20 stacks anyway, which is enough for pretty much anything I would construct using charcoal. And just so that next time I come here I can start to repair the damage I've done easily, let's put up a bunch of acorns. I'll be honest, I was a little worried that I was going to end up if I used a sapling, the fire would become too big. Remember how I had to cut down trees just to make room for my fire? But I should have listened to that little voice instead of just going ahead with it. Ah well, 32 stacks of wood is not exactly anything to laugh at. And yeah, let's get another. I'm just gathering saplings as I go. I would gather grass tufts, but they have to. The 10 that I already have haven't even been fertilized yet. So I think the next step is going to be finish up grabbing the, you know, mucking around this area. I've already grabbed another thingy. I'm up to 3 out of 5. So let's wormhole it and see where this takes me. Oh Christ. Southwest of the of the Pig King, who should be around here, in the middle of the deep dark forest, with tier 2 spider dens at the very least. There's a tier 3. And there's another tier 3. There are a lot of spider dens here. I actually want to try my luck at killing this one. As long as I can make 3 traps to help. Just because, you know, 1 spider eggs is nice, 2 spider eggs is better, 3 spider eggs is much better. So we'll go with that logic. So equip, spears at reasonable power, daylight, plenty of it, step on the web. Okay, out comes the horde. Okay, the big spiders did not in fact get in the traps. That's a lot of damage to be taking, actually. I lost almost 40 health, and my armor went down to very, very reduced capacity. Still, it's a start. It's a start is what it is. We'll go ahead and use all the spider glands that I find immediately instead of saving any of them. I also got a bunch of extra webs and a bunch of extra monster meat, so, you know. With every rose comes a prick. We're gonna go ahead and beat up the remainder of this spider den now. Being ever cognizant for the surprise bonus spider. Oh Christ. Lightning could have struck... Lightning never strikes you on the head, but it can totally strike the things you're trying to harvest. That's why I'm really glad I have a lightning rod at base to protect it. One time, I was playing a game, and my entire base got burned up in one fell swoop because of lightning. I now have 2 spider eggs, which is actually a lot for me. Frankly, just you've seen how much use I've made of the 1 spider nest by my base. 2 is excellent, and 3 is excessive, so we're good now. Just go ahead and grab a few more saplings. 9 out of 10 stacks. Let's start heading home. I could cross the Pig King and go this way, or I could use the wormholes that I've already discovered. I think I'm going to use the wormholes, just because. Notice that all the wormhole jumping has kept dropping my sanity by 20 each time. So at this point I'm actually down to almost half sanity. Which isn't a huge deal, it's just a thing. Ooh! Ooh, ooh, animal tracks. And this time they're pointing due south, which happens to be in the direction I'm going anyway. Okay, not quite due south, more like south-south-southwest. Should be here. Should be somewhere near here, the next track. Oh man, it's gonna become dark any second now, and I don't even know where I... Yeah, you know what, forget it. I'm not gonna track the Qualiphant this far away from home. Because even if I did, look at my backpack, I'm out of space. I got a lot of stuff to stockpile at home anyway. I think I just I accidentally wandered onto the swamp at night. That is a very, very dangerous place to be. So instead of doing that, we're just gonna zoom out a little and just play calm. That's 10 stacks of saplings. Should be max, which is the max stack for a sapling. Alrighty. Oh, grab rot on my way back and eat these flowers for 2 more points of health. Take the wormhole. That was a big drop in sanity. Now I'm at 98, 83. I'm actually at the point where I start seeing things and crazy shit starts to happen. You'll notice the image of the brain actually appears kind of fractured now. Well, there's a reason for it. And I look forward to showing you all the crazy things that happen. If I was playing with full graphic effects on, you would see a kind of weird hazy distortion all over. Oh, this has become a tier 3 spider den. It is now a concern and needs to be destroyed. When I recreate it out of spider eggs, it will reset to being a tier 1, which is much easier to harvest. I'll do that in the morning though, because it's nighttime. Let's light my fire. And let's get started with the task of healing. The stuff I left in both crock pots is still not soiled, which is good. Let's add a monster meat in each, because you can always put one monster meat without the penalty. We're going to use the rot to fertilize the grass. Grab a nearby bunny rabbit, and you'll notice it isn't a bunny rabbit anymore. It is a black, bearded creature, also known as a beardling. Beardlings do not give you meat, they give you monster meat. It's very irritating, actually. I need to get my sanity up above 80 to turn them back to normal. Let's throw a sapling on the fire for instant max fire, and let's invent something, anything, to get the sanity up. Let's make a bird trap. The hell, let's drop that bird trap. Let's make... oh wait, that was enough. See that right there? That's a hallucination. Okay, now this rabbit should be enough to get my meat supply to honey ham levels. I'm still losing sanity rapidly overnight, which is unfortunate. Eating should help a little, but I'm kind of on the cusp right now of insane. Yeah, I'm not seeing a whole lot of options for raising my sanity acutely. Oh! There. Did you see that? Without the lightning rod, it might have hit the grass, and then the grass would have lit the bushes, and everything would have been on fire. It's very important not to let your base catch fire. In fact, there's times where I've been tempted to build walls. Honest to God, resource-intensive, pointless-ass walls just for that. Okay. New day. I've been harvesting saplings all night, and now I'm close to having 70 saplings. Honey ham finished cooking. My sanity is sub-net normal. 100 being half. Eating that brought it right up to 80, but I'm still losing it trickling thanks to the rain. I could pick flowers to raise my sanity, but frankly, the easiest way, cooking and eating helps a little bit. The best way, though, is a tent. So I'm going to find the tent and make it. It requires rope. I should have plenty of that. Apparently, I don't have much grass. Alright, fuck whatever else I had planned. Today I'm going to repopulate all the grass by move all the grass to here and get enough dung to make it work. So what is a tent? A tent gives you 6 uses before it disappears. If you sleep in a tent, night is instantly skipped, which is nice, and you gain a very hefty amount of sanity. I think 50 or so sanity. When the days are long and the nights are short, it's not as huge a deal that you're skipping night. You could always just wait it out for a couple minutes. But when that trend reverses in the winter and you have really, really long nights, it's a godsend. And of course, if you're trying to milk every minute of the day, then you can always just... ooh, sweet, I've got a ready-to-go crock pot. If you're trying to milk every minute of the day, then you can always just wait till the last moment before activating the tent. Okay, so today we're going to repatriate as much as we can of the grass, because clearly our sapling count is quite reasonable. Our sapling count is enough that I currently have 30 spare saplings. Our grass count is low enough that I'm having a tough time making adequate rope for everything I can think of. Now that's not because we don't have any rope or any saplings here. We have plenty. It's just that I haven't put them next to the house where they're easy to collect. So whip out my golden shovel. Alrighty. 167, 167. Boom! I no longer have any sign of ill health. Actually, let's go ahead and throw that on here to plant that. Yeah, you know, just when I said I was done, I remembered there's some things that housekeeping had to be taken care of. I'm going to create a few wooden boards, which should be enough with the science machine to invent the treasure chest. No, that would be under furnishings, actually. Yes. Treasure chest is obviously used to store items, and in my case, I just want to store all of the game-winning items in one place so that they're not littered all over. So now I've got 3 of them here. And other key items like this fleshy bulb that I don't know its function. I'm going to leave here till I look it up later. Ash, I think, disappears if it's left sitting on the ground, so I'll throw it in there even though I have no intention of using it. Off we go. We're going to head to the due east area. I intend to go south and mess with the beefalo fairly often. No. We're going to head due east, uproot as many grass tufts as we can from there because that's kind of out of the way of my usual traveling. Then we're going to head south and grab a ton of beefalo dung. In between these two objectives, or in the meantime, let's throw down one of the spider eggs. I want it to be a nice, out-of-the-way area so that spiders don't attack me when I'm not comfortable being attacked, but not so far as to be difficult to harvest. Also, it would be nice if it was in a brightly lit area. There we go. And just to prove I'm not messing around, hey, spiders! That's one. Got hit once, killed 4 spiders. Kind of want to keep this colony suppressed. It's just there for me to harvest spider webs off of over time. Now these clearly are grass tufts that I'm not going to be getting around to in the course of my usual meandering. It's heading east towards an area that does not contain a valuable resource based on my base, so I won't be unhappy to come here later and find that I've removed all the grass from the area. Actually, you know, I just had a brainwave. Let me double check something. Okay, cool. That's 10, 12. Let's try to get to 20 before I turn around and head towards the beefalo. And the reason I need to head towards the beefalo is that I'm going to need their manure in addition to when these 10 berries rot. I've been holding on to them specifically so that they will go rotten. When these 10 berries go completely rotten, I'll be able to use that rot to fertilize plants as well. It's a little bit... when you have a game where you're not getting a lot of beefalo manure or easy access to manure, it's easier to use that. Also, rot is 1/5 as effective as a fertilizer in a farm scenario. So, you know, wasting manure on repatriating grass, kind of dumb. Except, of course, when you have so much that it's not even a waste, it's just a faster use. Okay, I think that's about 21 tufts, 22 tufts of grass. We might have just enough time to get back to the base and sleep in a tent overnight. And that's the plan. Let's go ahead and sacrifice this rabbit. Toss it on the jerky rack. Okay, we now have 24 tufts of grass to plant. Okay, it is getting into super dark brew weather, so sleep in the tent. Daytime, 150 sanity, yeah, 50 sanity restored. That was kind of awesome. And we're just going to go ahead and continue throwing down plants until we are satisfied that we have enough plants planted. Shouldn't take too much longer. Or not plants planted, grass planted. Now realize none of these are actually growing yet, so it's going to be quite a while before I get any real grass yield off of this. But with this kind of grass load, it's going to be really good when I do. Also, those pigs who are guarding the area to the north are guarding a ridiculously large amount of grass. If I could figure out how to negotiate or kill them or something, that would be pretty nice. Alright. Next order of business, before I forget, the 6 dung that I have on hand now, I want to be used to make yet another farm. I do like having a fair number of farms. Farms can be used to grow certain very special healing items. Shh. There. Do you hear the wolves? Can't believe I nearly missed them. Let's head back towards where we fought them last time. My armor is pretty low. My weapon is actually likely to break mid-combat, so Let's see if I can't make another one. Okay, good. My armor might break, but I will do my best so that to not actually fight too much. This time we have tier 3 spiders, so with any luck, the spider aggro will be enough to kill the wolves. Obviously my battle strategy is to draw them into a massive battle if they don't win. I am at... There we go. There they are. There they are. There come the dogs. Okay, that's one. Come on. Pummel him. Oh, wow. He was a fire hound, the kind that burst into flame. Thank God he didn't get all the way to their grass fields, or this would have been very, very painful for me. Because, you know, I do intend to get to that grass one day. I think that's it. I think they just sent 2. So that kind of works out. Come on, guys. Do you want to kill some spiders with me? Oh god, the web is slowing me down. Ah, that hurts like a truck. Come on. Yes! Hyper-aggressive pigs meet hyper-aggressive spiders. Of course, they have the advantage of numbers like you wouldn't believe, which is going to help a lot. In the meantime, grab as many spider glands as I can. Alright. Nope, you're not gonna hit me, I know better. Good. Well, with all of that, I picked up a couple hound teeth, which are useful for making traps that can kill the hounds, in fact. I'm gonna switch to my near broken spear. Finish off the job that I wanted to start on this thing. Good. And sure enough, it's a tier 3 spider den, so guaranteed to leave spider eggs, which I can then replant. And if it looks like I'm getting more and more careless with my fighting style, yes I am. It's partially a side effect of the fact that I'm doing so darn well right now. This spear is at 3%, so it's better to just drop it before I think it's fixed and it's actually broken. All this spare monster meat, I'm worried about these pigs eating it all, because they do eat it, but I can't really do anything about it, so I just have to let it go. Let's head back to my base. So yeah, thanks to the excitement, I didn't actually get down to the dung area today like I'd wanted to. My fractured sanity is a result of having fought all of those monsters. Nothing quite decreases your sanity like being beat up by monsters in the dark. But even not in the dark, it's a big deal. Let's go ahead and make a log suit to replace my 13% left one. I'll leave this one by the fire. Since it's made of logs, it's actually really good kindling. I also have a nice stack of spider glands sitting here for later, which is nice. Really nice, which is nice. It saves at such weird times. Why can't it automatically save all the time? Okay, 100%. Drop this by the fire. No. These are oddly placed, and I don't like that. They might be very convenient and pre-fertilized, but I'm in the middle of doing a proper renovation of the base, so you're going to go in the grass stack. Hunger status is reasonable, but could stand to be better. Let's go ahead and fix that. A couple rabbits should do the trick, no? So now we've got 2 rabbits, some monster meat, and some... Do I have honey? No, I don't. Oh crap, I forgot the dark. quickly throw something on the fire. My tent is too far south of my base to reach without a light. Just throw in some charcoal. There we go. Hey, wasn't I worried about one time making an extra crock pot or two? Probably can do that right now. And my sanity isn't so bad that I need to recover in a tent. Really, I like saving tents for the winter, when sanity is harder to resuscitate without it. Let's go ahead and make that extra crock pot. What more do you need? You need 3 cut stones. Consider it done. Extra crock pot. I can't see past the grass. But no matter, I'll put it in the morning. It should be there in a moment. Also, these spider glands can go in that treasure chest I made somewhere. Along with these berries, their whole goal is just to rot now, so yeah. And how much is a tent exactly? Just a bunch of string, and these 2 resources are what I'm planting to the left and right of my base. And then spider webs times 6, and I have 32 spider webs. So here's the most important things. Winter is coming, therefore I'm going to need to get a warm set of clothing. Pretty damn urgently. As nice as it would be to hunt a koalaphant and turn its trunk into a koalaphant suit, it's beginning to look immensely obvious that that's not going to happen, at least not conveniently. We're going to have to settle for plan B, which is to use the woolly beefalo and all of their awesome wool instead. Big thing I need to get from here is 30 manure. Oh look, they have a new baby. That's awesome. The big thing I need to get is about 30 manure for all of the farmland that I put up recently. The grassland that I put up recently. And mercifully, they don't seem to mind me being their pooper scooper. Although, don't get me wrong, you futz around too much, they will get suspicious and they will come at you. And it's not pretty when a beefalo herd thinks that you're attacking them. Also, when they're in heat, they tend to be very aggressive. This group does not seem to be in heat right now, though. You can tell because, you know, when they're in heat, they turn around, swish their tails, and do other nasty, nasty shit. Well, I guess them doing nasty shit is what I'm all about, though, right? Man, this is a massive herd. In my first game ever, I found 2... Oh, I nearly attacked him. I found 2 beefalo and considered myself lucky. And just used those 2 for a very long time for manure. In later games, I didn't even find that many, and I utilized pigs and fed them repeatedly to get manure. This is just so convenient. I just walk in a circle and grab tons and tons of the stuff. Also, I've got all of those berries sitting in that treasure chest. Hopefully when they rot, I'll just have like 10 more resource. Alright. Be very quiet. I'm hunting rabbits. Gotcha. You don't have to do it. It's just so sad. It's very fun to abuse that skill. Or use that skill, I should say. Beefalo. You know, I am tempted to actually kill one of them. For the meat. I'm not gonna, because I don't really have the resource. I don't have myself set up to make good use of beefalo meat yet. For my purposes, rabbit is doing just fine. But it is tempting. Let's go ahead and throw down my 3rd spider eggs somewhere around here, I guess. Let's go south of here, maybe? South-southeast? This is about as far south as I'd ever intend to go. Let's put it on the edge of the path so there's an easier retreat. And the reason I want it in beefalo territory is that there's a good chance the beefalo will regularly beat up on the spiders, but being herbivores, they won't eat the spider meat, monster meat, nor will they have any use for the webs. So I might regularly walk by to find pleasant amounts of drops. So let's drop it over here. Yeah, and I'll bet you dollars to donuts that they're going to be repeatedly beating up on the spiders here. At some point, they're probably just going to kill the spider nest altogether. And with any luck, that will not happen until it's level 3 or whatever, but... Okay. More dung, more dung, more dung. I now have a full stack of beefalo manure, and I'm working on a second. That's kind of exactly where I was hoping to be at the end of this day. So far so good. Something I can drop? Anything I can drop? Not really. I guess I can drop my third stack of 5 twigs eventually. Or I can just eat the bloody pumpkin I'm carrying. Okay. Y'all dropped any new dung? Y'all spawned any new spiders? You'll notice that as the dusk has come, they've huddled together for warmth and protection. And it works too, because you don't see me attacking them, do you? Head further south. Keep gathering grass while I'm at it. Actually, hell, can I gather grass tufts, maybe? Yeah. Perfect. So earlier I was musing about using beefalo wool for warm clothing. That wasn't an idle musing. There's a reason I haven't headed back to base yet, despite my low hunger status. And it is this. Beefalo's wool can be shaved using the razor shaved off their back. Obviously, shaving a beefalo while it's awake is tantamount to hitting it with a spear, and the game won't let you do something quite that suicidal as trying to do a delicate shaving operation. But when they're asleep, totally different. And that's why I'm waiting for nightfall. They also haven't taken a dump at all in a while. Okay, here we go. Let's go ahead and throw up that fire. Make sure it's nice and bright. They're going to go to bed shortly. In the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and cook all of the cookables and eat them. And forget the special healing properties of a good pumpkin and the lantern properties. I'm just going to eat it. And they're all going to go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. I'm going to make a razor. And shave. There's quite a bit of this to... Okay, did I just drop the razor? I think I did. With any luck, I'll auto-pick it up when I hold spacebar. And I've already managed to gather a very respectable amount of wool. Good. Got the razor back. Okay, that should do it for wool. When I head back to base camp, I'll worry about the right recipe. For the time being, I'm going to drop the razor here. I'm way more likely to need a razor when I come to do a repeat beefalo shaving, rather than when I'm walking around at home or something. So, wait out the sun. Shouldn't be that long now. Any moment now. Any moment now. There it is. And of course, by light of day, they look ridiculously bald. Whoa! This thing again. What the hell is this? Okay, you know what? This is probably added in a patch between when I last played and now. Because it's twice now I've seen it on the edge of a spider Well, not even on this, somewhere that I'd been before and was sure it wasn't, and now it's appeared. Notice, by the way, how it looks vaguely whitish out? This is a preemptory warning sign that winter is literally just around the corner. The birds have become snowbirds. Winter time is upon us. So if you don't have warm clothing or some means of surviving the winter cold, you are going to be in pain. Or you're going to begin paying for it in some fashion or the other. Unfortunately, grass won't grow during the winter, so this whole push to get replanting might be a too little too late scenario, actually. Well, though that, when I say it that way, it makes it sound like now I'm going to suffer in some way. I have ample grass stalks to make it for quite a while. And there's plenty of untapped grass around the map I can travel to and pick up. And of course, worst case scenario, I fight the pigs and steal the grass that they have up north of here. Though they are proving a very remarkably apt defense against mass wolf attacks. Without them, I would be forced to, like, either work off of whatever else I had. Beefalo would be another option. Or fight the wolves myself, which is never my favorite option. Or, yeah. Oh, here we go. Winter hat. Just a winter hat, frankly, is enough to get you through most of winter pretty well. But if you aren't playing adventure mode or something, you have the time to go better. You can do a little bit better by, you got the winter hat, and I think rabbit earmuffs will stack? No, rabbit earmuffs won't stack, never mind. I'm making it. Fills the same spot as rabbit earmuffs, which are a little easier to make. I'm going to put them both in my treasure chest. One of them in my treasure chest for winter propers coming. Warm clothes, on the other hand, are, very nice and totally makeable. Let's go ahead and... How much rope do I have? I have 32 tufts of grass, so I'm going to go ahead and make a second tent. I typically like having 3 to 6 tents available. Like, when I'm totally safe. That's when I feel like totally secure. Okay, for some reason I made a fishing rod instead of doing what I wanted to. Whoops. Okay, there we go. Now hunger is beginning to catch up to me. These rabbits will be available all winter, so not a finite resource in the slightest. Let's go ahead and drop the trap. Got around me. Sneaky little bastard. Alright, fine, you win. You can survive. You, on the other hand, I have no such mercy for. Ah, to hell with this. There you go. Second rabbit caught. It's hiding in the trees pretty effectively. Oh. Okay, apparently I already had a full pot's worth of food there. You know what it's waiting for? It's waiting for honey. So let's go to the west where my bee boxes are, harvest some honey. And of course, in the lull of the night in winter, they're not exactly likely to come out of the boxes to attack me. Which is nice. I hear footsteps. Oh no, it's just the bouncing of that bird in the cage. The bird cage I didn't want to make because I didn't have any need for a bird yet. Let's go ahead and throw in a monster meat just to make the maximum use of the food stocks I have. A couple of those. I guess that's all the honey I managed to collect, huh? Well, in any event, my health is full, so it would actually be a little bit of a waste to eat honey ham right now. So I'm going to leave those 2 honey hams sitting. And I'll eat them later. And for the moment, I'll just... Ooh, important invention that you always need to have during winter is a heat stone. I think it builds in the... Actually, I don't know what it builds in, but probably survival. There it is. Couple flint, couple rocks, and a pickaxe for some reason. You drop a heatstone by a fire, it accumulates heat and holds it. It doesn't add as much as wearing warm clothing to not freezing, but it adds a lot. Not as much, but still quite a bit. Last meat, cook. That's going to be meatballs by morning. Use my shovel, dig out one of these. I totally use saplings as a fuel source as winter goes on because it's just very convenient. Let's go ahead and ditch this gold in the treasure chest. I don't need it on the fly, I only need it on occasion. Meatballs, boom. My hunger is no longer even close to low. Let's finish fertilizing the grassy fields. Obviously not for winter, but for the summer that will follow. Actually, before I forget, leave the heat stone here to accumulate heat. Technically, you can just stand by the fire and it will still register as being in your inventory, but when you're doing what I'm doing and meandering around, well, it pays to have the heat stone gaining heat the whole time. And you gotta love how this game handles darkness and light. The more fuel that I used on that fire, the further out my illumination goes. You've seen me unable to even see the grass before it was this far out. Well, now, since I dropped a whatchamacallit, grass root. There, you saw that? That was the beginning of a frost effect. Here, I'll do it again for you. And if you stay in the frost just a little too long, your health starts to plummet as well. It's much smarter to, of course, get by a fire, light something on fire next to you so that you warm up a little, wear warm clothing, get a heat stone, etc. Me, I have a winter hat. What's more, the formula for winter's hats requires spider webs and wool. I have both in abundance, or spider silk and wool. I have both in abundance, and so I should be okay for warmth for winter. Oh my god, the saplings bloomed right before winter proper kicked in. That's kind of lucky. Food rots a little bit slower in winter, but I kind of want this monster meat to rot eventually, so I'm leaving it in here, where it will eventually just go rotten. That way I can use it as fertilizer. Lord knows I'm never at a loss for more monster meat. That's about it, though. Nothing else is probably going to bloom for the rest of winter, so this is what I've... No, it's still blooming. Great. But I don't anticipate a lot more bloom for the rest of winter. Okay, so let's recap. Came back, started doing some exploration, found a bunch more spider nests that I have translocated and relocated to the area so that I now have 3 readily accessible rather than just 1. Farmed up some manure, built a grass farm to go with my sapling farm, and fended off a wolf invasion. I also have a couple of these teepees going. My base camp should be strong enough to survive the winter. We will soon see if should and could and would will all be the same. Thank you all for watching. I will see you guys next time.